Good evening to Jira, Yawura, Bipeura, all the people in Gunja land and everybody in Ghana, and especially my viewers and well-wishers. Once upon a time, in a village called Kadimanchase, Anansi the weaver and his family were living in that community. However, people were getting better off. Anansi was classified as the wisest man in that village, and yet he and his family were about the poorest in the village. So one day he went to work. Upon return, he saw his wife and children seated, looking very miserable and then dejected. He sought to know why, and then the wife said, "You are the cause of all these troubles. People, everybody in this community, including your friend Achintel, says that you are the wisest in this community, and you should have enough food for us, and yet you do not have food. So that's why we are suffering." And Anansi said, so, in fact, Anansi is a spider. So he said, so where's my food? And he said, we just didn't even prepare food. And that's why the children are even hungry. They are waiting on you to arrive to see if you could find something small. And he was very angry. So he sat back, and upon reflection, he said, no, it's possible I could be part of this problem. So quickly, he moved to the chief's palace and told the chief, Chief Germany, he said, yes. Why? He said, truly, in this village, have you noticed that the older people die so much in the village? The chief said, yes, I've been thinking of this and I can't understand. People are old, they are just dying. And once in a while, the young ones will die. Then he said, they are the same people killing each other. And when they feel they've gotten enough, they also kill because they want the young blood to be eaten. So he said, what do we do? He said, I've already gone around, combed and looked through and what is pointing to is that those old people have all gone for some juju or witchcraft that is supposed to wipe the whole community. And so you are still adding more. So what do we do? He said, what we can do is that let us kill them. I said, can this happen? He said, just invite all the people in the community. But you know what? He said, yes, I will tell. You just present the speech. After you present, I'll tell you what to do. So he invited them, and he told them, everybody was like, it's very true. The way the community people are dying, gradually everybody will be wiped out. So what do we do? And the chief said, you see, Anansi was the one I sent to go and look into the whole thing and come. So Anansi would give us, and Anansi said, Chief, do you know something? He said, no. The best thing we can do is let the old people retire. They are tired. Let them go home and then sleep. So they made it. Anybody who was 76 or 80 and above, go home. And they all left to their house, leaving them alone. And when they sat back, he told them that, look, your mothers and your fathers have gone to enter into some shrine, and the shrine has ordered that. And so they have all become witches and wizards. Are you aware of it? They said, no, we are not. How can we be aware? So that is what they have done now. And so even though when they were giving birth to you, they didn't kill you. Now you are grown and you are all good meat. So they are coming now to finish all of you. Some said, oh, our parents, he said every old person was involved. That's what they said. So what do we do? And they say we should kill them. If we don't kill them, we will die. And they all say, oh, then it's true. But how can we do it? He said, okay, Wolf will be, an executioner. Me, I'm not even strong. But he was bigger than his current state. Me, I'm not even strong. So, but Wolf, I will be telling him and coaching him on what to do so that it will be a good thing. They said, okay, no problem. You can go ahead. And they said, okay, so first bring the goats. And then they went and brought the oldest lady among the goats. They brought him, they came and they gave him to Wolf, and Anansi, and then they took him to where they were supposed to be killing them. When they got there, Anansi told him, you know, goat is very small, it's not big. As for this one, when we kill and we divide and we eat, nobody will know. The wolf said, now you are talking. I think that this is a very good plan. This plan is workable. So they killed the goat, divided the meat. Anansi took small because he and his family, their tummies are not big. So the wolf took the larger lion's share, went and ate, and the next day he came to Anansi's house. Anansi, you know, your plan is good. We have to quickly run again and go to the chief and insist that they should be killing them fast and will be eating. So they went to the chief again and said, I have given you the lesson. You always just indicate who do you want to kill, which old lady or old man do you want to kill. We give you and you go and kill. So they kept on killing until one day the pig, they killed the oldest pig. His friend, the Watok, who lived in another community, had just come to greet him. By the time he came, they said, oh, they have taken him to go and kill. Unknown to them, where they were killing, and then they were supposed to kill and bury. So they come and say they have buried. And the rule is that nobody in the community can go there and see. So unknown to them, where they were killing is where a Watok had his farm. And he would keep tilling and tilling his land. So Watok went to his friend, the other Watok, his brother, to go and meet him and to tell him how the pig was dead, was taken to be killed. And when he got there, he and his friend heard from them like cutting or chopping of meat. So they went, they traced, and then they stood somewhere. Then they saw the wolf and Anansi cutting. Then they saw the head, and it was that of the pig. And they were like, wow. So they came home and told, the oldest pig also next in command that this is what we saw. It looks like there's some fishy deal in this whole issue of killing of old. They don't bury them. And the chief said, they went and told the chief, said, no, they buried them. It's an omen. You can't kill such a person, even when people are accused of witchcraft. And then, they kill them. Their burial style is different. So they cannot even chop them at all. But they said no. And so they went back, and then now they took some two people to go and hide. They really went and saw them in this mood. And they came back and told the chief. As I said, they informed the chief. Now, the chief has sent people to go and check and see. They came back with a report. Okay, so he then asked that they should invite Anansi and the wolf. Wolf got wind of it because one of the animals was talking, and the wolf heard that the chief was going to invite them, but this was the reason he was calling them. So he just bolted and ran into the bush. Anansi really didn't know why the chief was calling him. For Anansi, he thought that it was an occasion to make more meat. So he asked for Wolf, and they said Wolf had gone somewhere. So he said, okay, he will go and listen, and when Wolf comes, he will tell him. Then Anansi got to the palace, and lo and behold, people were now seated, and Anansi was to be judged. Anansi got there and wanted to shout on the people. They say, hey, sit down, you are arrested. You are rather the one that everyone should be shouting on. Then it clicked his mind that something probably went wrong. He turned this way, turned the other way. He noticed that the whole place was locked up and there was nowhere for him to escape, even if he wanted to. So he bowed down and said, Chief, at your pleasure, I am here. I said, I'm not going to judge you again. The same way you came and told me, and I took it, that is how people came and told me that you were eating the meat. And so you have been sentenced to death by the same style of being killed. So Anansi got up, and he was making noise. Then he said, you go to the house, and then at the appropriate time, we will invite you for you to go and face death. When Anansi got to the house, he tried to run away, but quickly they alerted the chief and they went to arrest him. So they were singing, "Fora libi Germany pay, Germany, Germany pay, Germany. Anye for Germany pay, Germany, Germany pay, Germany. Anye more for Germany pay, Germany, Germany pay, Germany." Then Anansi will say, "Mura libi Germany pay, Germany, Germany pay, Germany. Me koleke yegam pan, Germany, Germany pay, Germany." They kept singing until they took him back to the place, and he was now pleading. But he said, go and kill him right away. So, but the people who were going to kill him said they wanted to show some evidence, to see evidence of how the whole thing happened. They got to, Anansi told them where he was. Then when they got there, they could take some tangent smell coming from somewhere, and they decided to trace. Tracing along, lo and behold, they found traces of the meat on the wall. But while they were busy searching and all those things, they had left Anansi behind, apparently to check before they would go and kill him. Then he just rushed to the wall and said, "Wall, you know, anytime I brought this meat, you took some of the, and if you don't hide me, I will tell them that you are part of the plan." And then the wall said, "Okay, what do I do?" I said, "You just open hard so that I'll enter." You know, it's an old wall, so it opened up and he entered. And when they were coming, the wall crammed him up. Anansi didn't want to also make noise, because if he did, they will hear of him. So he just kept his cool, managed it like that until the people went away. But by the time they went, his body had become small, and then instead of it remaining in the same form, he developed some hands and other legs addition, because they didn't cut away. They didn't cut it. You know, it was blottering and then, you know, spilling in, and then finally, that's how come Anansi has so many hands, so many legs. Thank you very much. What do we learn here? What we have learned is that as a leader, when somebody gives you some information, you need a second listening, or otherwise a second opinion before you will take action. He just went on. Anansi said the people were dying, all those things, and he just took Anansi wholesale. He didn't check again and went to. And I also want to say that do not just listen to people immediately and take action. Anansi's wife teased him, and out of his anger, he just hatched the plans, developed the plan straightforward, and went to get it done. And you see where it has led him to. He thought because they said everybody is getting, he also has to get. But God has made everyone different. Our styles are different and everything. And so, also, anytime you put up a plan and the plan is succeeding, either it is that you cut people, or you reduce people and became big, or you made something and then you're hiding behind it and getting. Don't forget, one day it will go completely off and you will get back to zero, like Anansi has become zero. I think I want to end there. I also want to add that there's nothing that you do that is hidden. As you hide and you are doing it, and you say no one is seeing me, there's someone also somewhere seeing you and saying that I know this man is not seeing me, and he doesn't know anyone is seeing him. So on that note, I also want to say that every job that you are doing, please keep doing it. That's how it's supposed to be. You see, the warthog and the pig, they just till the land for nothing. And then they just keep pushing and pushing. But for the work that the warthog was doing on his farm, they wouldn't have been able to see this. And if they hadn't seen this, up to now, we won't have people being buried, because everyone who was buried would have been exhumed. Thank you very much. We will meet again another time. See you and goodbye.